Okay, well, let's get into the program and show you what we have to offer. We are a full-service real estate company, and we're all members of local board of realtors, so we are realtors just like everybody else, and members of the MLS. That's the multiple listing service of how realtors search for homes. So we do everything that traditional brokers do. We take care of all the complex things like the marketing, finding the buyer, pre-qualifying them as a lender to make sure they're qualified to buy your home. We negotiate the sale. We handle all of the paperwork from contract to closing, make sure inspections get done on time, the title work gets ordered, we manage the transaction, make sure all the closing deadlines and deliverables are being met, solve any problems that might come up, review the closing statement to make sure it is accurate, and go into closing as well. So everything's the same, just like the last time you sold a home. Bottom line, we use our knowledge and expertise to look out for your best interests. Just a little bit about Help You Sell. We are the fastest growing real estate company out of all real estate companies. We have over 1,000 locations nationwide and growing. And we are a nationwide company, so we do have a big relocation referral network that we deal with because of that. Now, one of the reasons why we are ranked so high is because we heavily focus on internet marketing. Wouldn't you agree that most consumers of today are going online and looking for homes?
Sure.
Right. Are you using the internet to look for your home in Newport Beach?
Yeah, we've been on Realtor.com and then the search engines when we get down to a specific area.
Okay, yeah, Realtor.com, that's the #1 website that buyers use to search for homes. And that's because they download all the MLS listings onto their website. Well, we do the same thing. So we have anywhere from 1.6 to 2 million listings nationwide for buyers to look at. Because of that quality content and what we have to offer on our website, we are ranked at #6 out of the top 100 agents worldwide websites. So what that means to you is more buyers come to our website, which gives us more opportunities to get your home sold.
Okay.
Now, although savings is important, because I know we all want to save money, but if a realtor tells you that they're going to reduce their commission, or they're going to save you a certain amount of money, or only sell your home for this much, if they can't get the job done, then they really haven't saved you a dime.
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so let's look at some results real quick. Here's my results for 2006. This is last year. You can see that I am selling houses faster, 56 days as opposed to 100, and this is me versus traditional MLS brokers. Okay, I'm getting my sellers more money, 97% as opposed to 89%, sold price original. And when it comes to getting the job done, you can see I'm at over double what traditional MLS brokers are.
So it says you list 136 and then you sold 108?
Exactly.
So that's what, 79%?
79% closing ratio. Here, this is scary. 145,000 homes were listed in the MLS last year and only 50,000 sold.
So that's only 34%?
Only 34%.
Wow.
Right. So you can see I'm at over double what traditional MLS is, and this is not only because of my knowledge and expertise in the area, but we do have a superior marketing plan compared to other companies. And also, when you hire me, I have a team of people that I work with to make sure the marketing does get implemented right away and that we're giving you a high level of customer service.
What's the 4.8 million?
That's how much we've saved our sellers since the year 2000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll be part of that too.
Okay.
Okay, now real estate, I like to call it the old-fashioned way. Are you familiar with how real estate works the old-fashioned way?
I think so. I mean, they all go out and charge you 6%, don't do much, and then beat up on you on the price.
Right, exactly. So I'll show you kind of how it's all broken down here. On the $300,000 example of your home, a traditional broker might charge 6% commission. Okay, that's $18,000. And usually you get MLS, a sign, and a flyer, and they hope that someone brings a buyer for the home.
That's for sure.
Right. We do much more than just MLS marketing. I'm going to show you that here in a second. Now the 6% is broken down into 3.2 goes to listing company. That's who represents the seller. That's $9,600. 2.8 goes to selling company. That's who represents the buyer. That's $8,400. So that plus that equals the full $18,000. Okay. Now in traditional real estate, no matter where the buyer comes from, you pay that full $18,000. So let's say you're outside mowing the lawn and someone pulls up and they grab a flyer and they ask if your home's available, and you say yes, and you show it to them and they want to buy your home. Well, you're going to pay your listing broker $8,400 for that buy side, $9,600 for the listing side, for the full rate of $18,000. Let's say that someone finds a house online on the internet, like yourself, you're shopping around looking for homes, and what do they normally do if they find a house on the internet and they want to get more information?
Well, usually you call the listing agent, don't you?
Right, you're going to call the listing agent, or you're going to call the listing company. Well, if that happens, most companies will have 100 to 300 agents that work there, and they take turns answering the phone, and it's called floor time, and that's how realtors get their leads. So if The buyer calls in about the property, the floor agent picks up the phone, they give them the information, they bring them out, show them the property. Well, you're going to pay the floor agent $8,400 for that buy side, your listing broker $9,600 for the listing side, for the full rate of the $18,000. Let's say the 1 in 300 chance the listing broker happens to answer the phone that day and they bring the buyer out to the property, you're still going to pay $8,400 for that buy side, $9,600 for listing side for the full rate of the $18,000. So wherever the buyer comes from, you pay that full rate of $18,000. Now what's nice about our program, the amount you save depends on where your buyer comes from. So it's very flexible. It's $495 up front, we credit that back to you at the time of closing, and that helps out with our upfront marketing expenses, and then we do credit it back to you once we successfully close. Now there's 3 ways the property can sell. The first way is if they sell, and that's if a buyer's working with an MLS broker, because sometimes they're out there showing them homes, they have a list of 20 and yours happens to come up. Well, in that situation, it'd be 2% for the listing, 2.8% to the buyer broker, which is a savings to you of about $3,600. The next way the property can sell, this is where it gets good, is if we find the buyer. Remember how we talked about how someone finds the house online, they call in the listing company? Well, unlike up here, if we find the buyer, I reduce my fee to $29.50 because I don't have to deal with an outside broker and all the hassles that comes along with that. 2.8% to our buyer broker, which is a savings to you of $6,600.
Wow.
And then the last way the property can sell is if you find the buyer. When you're outside mowing the lawn, someone drives up, they grab the flyer, you show them the home. If that happens, it's just the low set fee of $29.50, putting another $15,000 in your pocket. Yeah. Another thing our sellers have done is to do their own open houses. You don't have to, but what it does is it creates some more exposure for the home, and we do all the marketing to drive the buyers to you. Is that something you might be interested in doing?
If it means I could probably save $15,000, absolutely. Does
great.
it work?
Yeah, I'll show you. What we suggest is the first 3 weekends, Saturday, Sunday from 11 to 4. Statistically, 38% of the time you're going to end up here.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll show you the marketing that we do to get that done. So what's nice is that you can have MLS brokers showing your house all week long, hold one open house, and still end up putting that $15,000 in your pocket.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's wherever it falls is what you end up saving.
Okay.
Let's get into the marketing to show you the results and get your home sold. Internet, we talked about this, extremely important. The National Association of Realtors, they did a study. 85% of buyers start their search online before they even call a realtor. And then 82% will then drive by the home. Well, if you're holding it open, that's why a lot of times they'll end up there. If you don't want to hold open houses, they call us and then end up there. That's why a lot of them will end up in those 2 categories. Okay. If you go to Yahoo, you type in Highlands Ranch Real Estate, we pay to get in the top advertising spots. Are you familiar with that? Pay per clicks? Okay, so you can see here we are, help you sell at the #1 there. Because of that, we're always near the top on Google. Not the top 3 paid advertisers, but usually the next one down. So Yahoo and Google, these are for the folks who don't know of the Realtor.coms or the RE Colorados. They're going to Yahoo or Google it. MLS, we do put you in the MLS marketing to the brokers because they're working with good qualified buyers, so we want to make sure they have access, but you need much, much more than MLS marketing these days, but we do put you in there. And we also do the additional photos. Those are all of our listings there. This is important because if there's, 30 houses to choose from, how's a realtor supposed to narrow it down? So we do all the additional photos on there as well. Now in traditional real estate, you might get a flyer like this. We give you full color brochures. I'm going to show you that in a second. You might get one open house at the beginning of your listing. Last time you sold a home, did you get any open houses?
No, the other agent said they didn't work.
Right. Well, that's because they're never open. In the beginning of the listing, if a realtor does one, it's a 2 or 3 hour window, and that's not enough exposure. You have to be open for it to be effective. That's why we say Saturday, Sunday, 11 to 4 for the first 3 weekends. And statistically, it'll be sold 38% of the time. Just paying the $29.50. It's kind of like the new home builders. They're actually open all weekend. Right, and the buyers drive around, look at the model homes, and they buy it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Retail locations, this is important because we're not stuck back in an office building that you can't see us. We're a high retail, high visibility. This is nice because a lot of buyers will just walk into our office looking to buy homes. If they're not familiar with Highlands Ranch, we give them the community guide. It has all the parks and trails and everything on there, and we're right there on the back of the Highlands Ranch community guide. So we have a very high presence with the buyers in Highlands Ranch. For sale sign out front, the open house signs, if you want to do the open houses, we do supply everything that you need, the signs, guest registers, and we have an open house class that we teach on Wednesday at 5:30. Gives you all the tips and everything to hold the open house.
Good.
And then color brochures, we come out and take all the photos. You can see I do take all of the rooms, and we can't fit everything on here, so what you do is you go to Colorado Homefront, put in an ad code, boom, it pulls your listing right up, and that's where the virtual open house is. That's where all of the photos are. We have the custom text on here, and what I do is I email this to you to make sure it says everything on there that you want. Once I get your okay, we go ahead and print them off, and I give you the stack of the 250. We give you the flyers because we want to make sure that your brochure box is never empty.
Good.
It's always annoying when someone drives up and there's no flyers in the box.
Ours is always empty in the other.
Right, so we give it to you to make sure you have plenty. Open house directory, if you want to do the open houses, we do advertise in the Denver Post, Rocky Mountain News. It's the Saturday, Sunday real estate section.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can see it's all categorized by north, south, east, west, depending on what part of town it is.
There must be over 100 open houses there.
Yeah, they're very effective. All the numbers coincide with where they're on the map, and then buyers can get directions online. So it's very simple for them to find. I just need to know by the Monday ahead of time, and we'll get you in the ad as many times as you want until your home's sold.
Cool.
And then the Highlands Ranch Herald. This is not open house specific, it's just the new listings that we rotate on there. This comes out every other Thursday.
Okay.
So you'll be in that as well. So you get both newspapers.
Good.
And then Direct Mail. This is our magazine.
That's the one we got.
Yeah, this goes out to 40,000 homes in the area. Okay, and what this is, it has tips on selling, it has tips on buying, and then of course we have all of our listings in here. This is important because we find a lot of people will relocate within the area. It's either like you, they're relocating out of state, or they're relocating, upsizing, downsizing in Highlands Ranch. A lot of people want to stay here because of the school systems and the children. So we do market to 40,000 households in the area. Wow. This goes out every other month. And then we also do a postcard. This is more specific to your house. What we try to do is find a target market, and what I mean by that is someone who would be buying your type of a property, and then we mail it to 300 to 500 homes in that area.
Well, that's nice quality.
Yep. Nice and bright and sticks out too. Shows all the listings. So that's all the print marketing before we get into the additional websites. How does that compare to last time you sold a home?
A lot more than the other brokers have ever done.
Good. I always like to hear that. Okay, so let's get into the internet websites. This is our website at Colorado Homefront. It has all the city information. This is important because people who are relocating from out of states, they want to know about the city information and everything it has to offer. So the more the better. We have the listing here. You have the front photos. You have the additional photos, map directions on how to get there. Click on that. That's the virtual tour. When you click on the virtual tour, it takes you into our tour factory. This is where all of the photos are. So you can see I pretty much do take every single room. Kitchen with eating nook, family room, second shot of family room. Here's 25 photos for this house. This is important too, especially for people relocating, because what do you do if there's no photos?
We don't even look at the house.
Right, you skip it, move on to the next one.
Yeah, just move on. We like virtual tours.
Good, good. So you see the benefit of this.
Yep.
You can print the tour, you hit printable packet, and it's called the tour packet, and all the photos will print off. You can print these for yourself, or if someone did not want to have to pull it up online again.
Is there school information there?
It's got mortgage calculator, so people want to know what the payments are at a certain interest rate. It has school information.
Good.
Everything a buyer would want to know is on this website.
Good.
And then when it comes to communication, I will email this to you every Monday. This is a report of how many hits you've actually had to the tour.
Wow.
Yeah, so it shows you for each day of the week, Monday 42, Tuesday 139, Wednesday 194. Shows you how many hits for each day of the week.
So that house had 754 people in 1 week?
In 1 week, yep.
Wow, that house about the same price as mine, just a little bit more.
Yep.
Where are they all coming from?
Well, here's where it shows you where they found you at. So you can see there, 49% of the people found you on Realtor.com and then linked to our tour because they wanted more information.
And then Craigslist was 38%?
38% on Craigslist. Have you heard of Craigslist?
Oh yeah, we use it all the time for other things. I didn't even think about houses, but yeah.
I know, it's amazing.
Looks like a lot of people come from there.
Point to RE Colorado. So wherever they're coming from, it shows you that, and then they're linking to the tour because they want more information.
Wow, okay.
Then here's the weekly hits, so you can see the history.
Wow, so this one house has had 3,557 people.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's just the house?
Just one house, so it's individual to your specific home.
Wow, you get a lot of traffic to the houses. That's good.
We do. And this is great because you can keep track of the activity as well as myself.
Good.
And then those are just the photos that they looked at. And then when it comes to broadcasting your home, this is where I had talked if anyone came through your house at a party
Right.
and was interested. Once it hits our website, just go on there and email it out. It has all the photos, everything's available. You just need to type in the email and hit send. This is great for family, friends, co-workers, company emails. If you have a relocation department with your company, put it on that because it's a great way to network and get the home sold. Again, it's just a low set fee if someone comes through that way.
Wow.
Okay. We're also members of the National Listing Service. This is the top 105,000 brokers throughout 85 countries, so you will be advertised in that. Great for relocation. Here's an example of what it looks like on Craigslist.
Wow, that's nice for Craigslist.
Yeah, it's got all the photos.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Zillow, you had talked about Zillow.
Yeah, yeah.
We
In
do.
fact, I saw a lot of your listings on there.
Yep, we do put you on that because buyers are on there looking, so we want to make sure that they have access. Again, it has the photos as well. Here's an example of Yahoo Real Estate. And here's that link. You can see we can only put so much information on certain websites. So there's that link to our tour factory. Click on that, boom, takes you to the tour. That's where all the photos are.
Cool.
Homeseekers.com. This is another popular website throughout the nation. So all of that is in addition to the MLS. So you can see how much more we do than just putting you on the MLS system. You are going to get 4 other websites that are tied into the MLS. One is Realtor.com. You always want to be on Realtor.com because that's the #1 website throughout the nation that buyers use. We have an upgraded account, so you're also going to get AOL, as well as MSN, and then of course RE Colorado. Now what we do is we showcase our listings. Are you familiar by being on Realtor.com what showcase is?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, that's identified by the showcase banner.
Oh,
You've
okay.
probably seen that before.
Yeah, not too often.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that do seem to have more information.
Exactly. What that means, if you have a showcase account, it does cost money, but we do showcase all of them, but you'll notice that some realtors don't because it does cost money. But what it allows us to do is put those additional photos on there. And if there's no photos, what do you normally do? Skip it and move on to the next one.
Yeah, I remember Realtor.com, you had 2 choices, multiple photos or first.
Right. So we do that because we have the showcase account, so we have all the additional photos. In addition, we also do the tour link. So this little house spins around, you click on that, it takes you back to our tour factory, that's where all the photos are.
Good.
So when you get that report, that means that they started here and then they link to the tour.
Okay.
So that's a fairly interested person if they wanted more
Right.
information. MSN, Realtor.com, AOL, they're all powered by Realtor. And then of course RE Colorado with the additional photos as well.
Okay.
Now when it comes to showings, you don't have to worry about showing the home. We're gonna have a lockbox on the door just like normal. My showing service will call you and let you know when the showings are gonna be. And then after every showing, we automatically email the realtors for feedback. Once we get their feedback, they can go ahead and type it in, and then we're gonna forward it on to you, so that way you can keep track of it as well.
Cool.
If we don't get a response within 24 hours, we do put out a second attempt, so we do try a couple times to get that feedback for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I access anytime, or do you just email?
Yeah, you have a code that you can go in and,
So I can go in anytime and just see who's been to our house and what's it?
and
Awesome.
monitor the feedback as well. And then all of our marketing, everything that I've gone through here in this book, we call it our guaranteed services. We spell everything out, so you can see here, there's all those websites I went over, and we make it part of our agreement. I don't know of any real estate company that puts anything in writing when it comes to marketing, so this is very powerful
Yeah,
for
they
you.
just tell you to do all these things and they do nothing.
Right, but we back it up, because again, I have a team of people, so I know the marketing is gonna get implemented right away.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's the marketing. How does it sound?
Sounds pretty good.
Great. Well, next thing you do is schedule a time that I can come out to the house, and I do the detailed market analysis, bring all the active solds under contracts, and then we do paperwork and photos all at the same time. Let me go grab my date timer. I'll be right back.
Okay.